Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Yeah, a lot of mistakes. I did 6 instead of 7. I cannot correct it after the class. I would correct. Yeah, this is English Krishna book. So let's continue. We will start from here. Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So yeah. Yes. Anyone who wants to read, or should I just continue? Okay, let me just continue. Those who want to read may raise their hand there. When the Brahmanas entered the personal apartment of the palace, when the Brahmana, Sudama is being talked about. When the Brahmana entered the personal apartment of the palace, he saw that it was not an apartment, but the residence of a king of heaven. The palace was surrounded. So Sudama is going back to his own home. The palace was surrounded by many columns of jewel. The council and the bedstead were made of ivory and bedecked with gold and jewels. And the bedding was as white as the foam of a milk and as soft as a lotus. There were many whisks hanging from the golden rods, and many golden thrones were with sitting cushions as soft as lotus flowers. In various places, there were velvet and silken canopies with laces of pearls hanging all around. The structure of the building stood on excellent transparent marble with engravings made of emerald stones. All the women in the palace carried lamps made of valuable jewels. The flames and the jewels combined to produce a wonderfully brilliant light. When the Brahmana saw his position suddenly changed to one of opulence, and when he could not determine the cause of such a change, he began to consider very gravely how it had happened. Okay. So Sudama is provided with all the beautiful ornaments, jewels, all the opulences and everything. Yeah. Now comes a very beautiful question. And I've been reading about a lot of faith for past few days now. Yeah. I've been studying on how faith came to place. Why was there a need of another faith? How people glorified it? What is the shortcoming and everything? And this is based upon these two things. Now just imagine. Look, when we see the entire world, we get to know how beautiful is our home or how bad is our home, right? Suppose there are a few people who are doing this way, that way, this thing, that thing, right? So there would be a lot of things that people would be doing in their own homes. When you see them, acha, this person is doing it this way. Now this thing can be done this way as well, right? You get to know a lot of things which was never in your mind. You get to understand a lot of things. Yeah. uh, uh, so that way is there's a very beautiful thing which is about to follow. So please hold your breath and tell me one thing. What is the difference between this world and Krishna Loka? Why are we made to suffer in this world and why we are happy in Krishna Loka? Very important thing. Yes, please answer. What is the difference between this world and Krishna Loka? Uh, how can we be happy in Krishna Loka but not this world? What is the problem out here in this Loka? What is wrong out here? What is not correct? Yes. Now Sudama is being uh, given so much opulence. Yeah, material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. Good. But then this is a statement that you're making. Yeah. Exactly. Precise answer. Look, please try and understand one very simple thing. It's very simple. Although we do not understand, we keep on struggling all our life. You could not believe. All our life, we keep on struggling to understand one very simple, basic fact. Very basic fact. I mean, what simpler could it get? Look, what is Krishna? What is Krishna? Another name of Krishna is Sachidanand. Someone please remind me. I would repeat this in Bhagavatam class. And please follow this. This is very simple yet very difficult to follow. I'm telling you, many people would be pounding for this, struggling for this all their life. They would not know what they are lacking in their life because they do not understand this fact or they do not realize it. Who is Krishna? Another name of Krishna is Satchit Anand. So Krishna is what? Sachidanand. Now, Sat means truthful, Chit means heart, Anand means blissful. Now, someone who would make us blissful from our heart. Sachidanand means someone with a blissful heart. Now, from Bhagavad Gita, we understand very basic thing. Again, soul are part of super soul. Atma is part of Paramatma. Right? So, Atma's quality is similar to Paramatma. Correct? Now, who are we? We too are parts of Sat Chit Anand. We need Anand. We are here for Anand. But in this material world, we cannot find Anand. Anand does not mean just pleasure. Please do not understand this Anand with pleasure. This is eternal pleasure. Eternal pleasure comes from love, comes from eternal happiness. Yeah. So Anand, we are here for Anand. And we are not finding that Anand out here. Because we are not finding our love with Krishna, that's why we are suffering. Are you getting this? Very simple fact. We are part of Sachidanand. Sachidanand is always blissful. We should be very blissful, but we are not finding that bliss, therefore we are suffering. Once we find that bliss, we would not be suffering. Look, Sudama was not getting this opulence because he must realize this fact. He wanted to be blissful by cheating Krishna, by taking away from Krishna's opulence, by taking away some wealth, something, hide something. And how did Krishna make him learn? Krishna make him learn through going through difficult times. Now, Sudama is remembering Krishna at all times. Once more, Sudama is remembering Krishna at all times. Not because Sudama went to Krishna, Krishna chose to give him all the opulence. But Krishna understood this fact as well. And Krishna has his own plan of doing things. Krishna understood this fact as well, that now Sudama is good enough for him to be given opulence. You and me would be given each and every opulence we can imagine, but only when our objective is Krishna. Our objective is that we achieve this Sachidanand. We do not get deviated, and that's the reason compiled by a devotee, written out here. Lack of love, and lots of ego. In this material world, we have lack of love and lots of ego. Unless we let go of this ego, unless we develop that love, unless we are very, 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 very closer to that Sachidanand in terms of quality, we can never be happy, we can never be opulent, and even if we are opulent, it would be for our detrimental, it would be for our loss. Just look around. Now look around. Everyone is hankering for something. Everyone is looking for something. Everyone wants something. What is that something? Suppose someone longs for mobile phone. Eventually they want happiness. And out of happiness, they want love. They want to feel love. They want to feel loved. So everyone is looking for that love. That love is missing out here. Because that love is coming from Krishna. Once you would think that you would be getting a mobile phone and you would feel love, you are fooling yourself. We all fool ourselves in this material world. There's no love. There's no love in this material world. So we have lack of love and full of ego. Yeah. Please understand, this is very, very, very special learning. I mean, forget any Shastra, forget everything. If you just understand this part, and if you keep on working, irrespective of faith, it is coming from Bhagavad Gita only, irrespective of faith, because Dharma is Sanatan Dharma, right? For us, everyone is Sanatani. Whether they call themselves as any person, it does not matter. So if we just know this fact, and if we keep on working, I'm telling you, life is successful. By the way, you all have to pay 1,000 crore for this one. This was that much value. 1,000 crore. Just nominal fee. Yeah. Look, all your life you might have been struggling. I saved you from a lot of struggle. 1,000 crore is a very small amount, right? Everyone should pay. Okay. Let's continue now. Pragya Mataji, Hare Krishna. Pragya Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. From where I have to read?
I think this is where we have to start.
From here, he thus began to think, from the beginning of my life, I have been extremely poverty-stricken. So what could be the cause of such great and sudden opulence. I do not find any cause other than the all merciful glance of my friend Lord Krishna, the chief of Yadu dynasty. Certainly, these are gifts of Lord Krishna's causeless mercy. The Lord is self sufficient, the husband of uh, the goddess of fortune, and thus he is always full with six opulences. He can understand the mind of his devotee, and he uh, sumptuously fulfills the devotee's desire. All these are acts of my friend Lord Krishna. My beautiful dark friend Krishna is far more liberal than the cloud, which can be filled the great ocean with water without disturbing the cultivator with rain during the day. The cloud brings liberal rain at night just to satisfy him. And yet, when the cultivator wakes up in the morning, he thinks that it has not rained enough. Similarly, the Lord fulfills the desire of everyone according to his position. Yet, one who is not in Krishna consciousness considers all the gifts of the Lord to be less than his desire. On the other hand, when the Lord receives a little thing in love and affection from his devotee, he considers it a great and valuable gift. I am a vivid example of this. I simply offered him a morsel of chipped rice, and in exchange, he has given me opulences greater than those of the kings of heaven. What the devotee actually offered the Lord is not needed by the Lord, for he he is self-sufficient. If the devotee offers something to the Lord, it acts for his own interest, because whatever a devotee offers the Lord comes back in a quantity of million times greater than what was offered. One does not become a loser by giving to the Lord. One becomes a gainer by millions of times. The
Hare
Brahmana
Krishna, Hare
feel
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Let's understand this fact. This is a very important point. Um, uh, Look, uh, suppose Krishna would not have given this opportunity. Krishna is self-sufficient, right? Yeah, Krishna is self-sufficient. Now, Krishna would not have given us this opportunity that whatever we are eating, we may offer to Krishna. Krishna would not have made this happen. Then how would our life had been impacted? Just see this part. So for now, just think that Krishna does not want anything. He is self-sufficient, so he does not ask us to offer anything. Krishna mentions this in Bhagavad Gita. Whatever you eat, whatever you do, whatever acts you perform, offer your obeisances onto me, and thereafter offer that to me, and then you perform, right? So Krishna wants us to perform in a certain way. But suppose Krishna would not have done this, how would our life had changed? Can someone explain? Can someone give me answers to this? How would our life have changed if Krishna would not have given us this opportunity? Offer food to me, offer your keep me in the center of doing things. How would our life have changed? What difference would it have made? Now, Sudama did not offer Krishna chipped rice, but it was due to causeless mercy of Krishna that Krishna saw that Sudama had brought for him chipped rice. So Krishna took it. Now Krishna says it. Krishna says it in Bhagavad Gita. Please answer this question. I'm coming again to Bhagavad Gita, but please answer this question. If Krishna, because this is very important question. If Krishna would not have given us this opportunity that uh, uh, offer food, whatever you do, whatever services you perform, offer that to me, and thereafter you do. If Krishna would not have told this, how would our life have changed? Hmm. Yes, very important. Very, 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 very important. Very important. Yeah. So Krishna mentions this in Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Yeah. Please keep on answering. What more? How would our life have changed? Hmm? How would our life? Yes. More. Why are you not answering? Shweta, no answers from you? Huh? Rashi Mataji, no answer? You do not want to offer food to Krishna? How would your life change? You are not able to get this answer. You are busy in something else. Why are you not answering? At least those who are attentive must answer. How would our life change if we would not be offering food to Krishna, our services to Krishna, keep Krishna into center of things? How would our life change? Hmm. It's a very, very important question. Actually, today is a very special class. We started with a very beautiful question. Again, this question is very special, very, very special. Now, this would tell you how Sanatan Dharma supersedes every other. I would not be using panth, I would be using cult here. Every other cult. We are very, very fortunate. Look, what is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of life? To purify our existence. How can we purify our existence? We all are doing sense gratification and we all are living animal life. How can we purify our existence? If we are all engaged into sense gratificatory things, then can we purify our life? But just imagine, suppose you are eating something, right? Now, when you are eating something, what you are doing? You are doing sense gratification, right? Your tongue is getting satisfied. Else, those who would be saying that I am not eating for senses, right? Let me give you one offer. Eat the same thing from morning to night, or mix each and everything. Suppose you eat rice and dal and sabji, and thereafter you eat some fruits, and thereafter you eat some other thing, maybe some bread. You mash everything and eat it. Would you do that? Would you mash everything and eat? You won't, right? Why won't? You are eating for getting your strength, right? You do not have sense gratification desire. You do not have taste bud. Would you be eating that way? Or when you would be making your whatever pulses or vegetables, do not add any spice. Do not add any spice. No salt, no spice, nothing. Just make it and you add whatever rice or whatever and you eat it. Would you be doing that? You would be getting the same energy, isn't it? The energy content would be same, almost same. Would you be doing it? So the reality is we all are engaged into sense gratification. And by getting ourselves into sense gratification very deep, we are actually living a sense gratification free life. Now this is animal way of life. When we are engaged into fulfilling our senses, we would never be happy because the desires would be endless. We would keep on having, keep on hankering. We saw that hankering last time, right, at the start of the class. We would keep on hankering for some taste, for something, for something, for something. Yeah. Our senses would never be satisfied. Okay, let's move further. Suppose I offer food to Krishna. What would happen? That food becomes prasadam. Now the same food is a representative of Krishna, or the same food is Krishna itself. Krishna and Krishna Prasad are non-different. When we offer our food to Krishna, what would our senses become? Our senses would become purified. So, if we do not offer, Krishna says this, if we do not offer, we are eating sin. If we offer, what we are doing? We are purifying our senses. We are becoming closer to Krishna. We are getting purer and purer. Every time we are getting more pure. So this is only about food. If we offer our work for Krishna, then our mind would not be disturbed. Our mind would be focused. So whatever actions we are doing, if we offer it to Krishna, we would become pure and pure and pure and pure. And what would happen? We would develop love and love and love and love for Krishna. So what we are doing? We are becoming pure and we are developing love. Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita again. When he says that offer food, he says offer with love and devotion. If you do not have love and devotion, Krishna would never take it. So Krishna says that offer your food with love and devotion. So two things would happen. Bad things, sins would go away. Our sense gratification desires would come down. At the same time, it would be a reflection of Krishna or Krishna himself. And we would become purified. Our senses would become purified. We would become better. Right? Both things would happen simultaneously. What more do we ask for? And every time we are keeping Krishna into center of things, we are getting more and more and more and more pure. Do we want anything else? Best, right? That's the reality. Anything plus Krishna equals to best. Anything minus Krishna equals to best. Else, if we do not offer each and everything to Krishna, then we would be entangled into this material world. We would never be able to come out of it. We would always be into sense desire, full of misery. Let me read out answers. Anything minus Krishna equal to worse. We would be entangled in the opulence forever. We would not have realized Krishna's love. Our life would be full of miseries. Otherwise, we would be in Maya. We would be focused and engaged in our senses. We would develop love for. We develop love for Krishna only by uh, offering to Krishna. Okay, so this is our status right now. Unless we purify ourselves, there's no love. And Krishna gives us our opportunity to purify. There could not be anything better. Yeah. It's a sham and shame. Sham. How do we define sham? Let me tell you. It's a sham and shame that we feel so bad about it. So bad about. A person who pretends to be something that they are not. This is sham. We all pretend ourselves to be someone else. Our roots belong to Krishna. Our culture connects us to Krishna. Just think of this. Krishna became present in each and everywhere. Still, we try to forget Krishna. Krishna is in Vrindavan. Can you forget Vrindavan? You are living in India. Can you forget Vrindavan for a minute? Can you forget Mathura for a minute? Can you forget Krishna as any place? Dwarka for a minute? Jagannath Puri? Even wherever you are living, there must be Krishna's temple nearby. Can you forget? Now, problem is just one. Many a times people are not worshipping Krishna the right way. They mix up each and everything without understanding facts, without understanding reality, position. And they say everyone is a god. This is a problem when we go to temples, many temples. Still, Krishna is present each and everywhere. And even if we are trying to forget, we are living in this sham. We are made to feel so much inferior about ourselves, so much inferior about religion, that we think that religion is only for bad. Religion divides people. That is what people think. Religion divides people. Give me one reason. Tell me one way Sanatan Dharma divides anyone. It is the biggest unifier. The problem would start when you would not understand yourself as a Sanatani. The problem would start when you do not see yourself in connection with Krishna. The problem would start when you would not have love for Krishna. And then you would be suffering here forever. Yeah. So back to back, two very, very important points. And I think we need to understand this. Else, we would be get it twisted and turned howsoever people want us to. Yeah. Shweta, Hare Krishna. Sorry, I muted you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The Brahmana, feeling great obligation to Krishna, thought, I pray to have the friendship of Lord Krishna and to engage in his service and to surrender fully unto him in love and affection, life after life. I do not want any opulence. I only desire not to forget his service. I simply wish to be associated with his pure devotees. May my mind and activities be always engaged in his service. The unborn Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna knows that many great personalities have fallen from their positions because of extravagant opulence. Therefore, even when his devotee asks for some opulence from him, the Lord sometimes does not give it. He is very cautious about his devotees because a devotee in an immature position of devotional service may, if offered great opulence, fall from his position due to being in the material world. The Lord does not offer opulence to him. This is another manifestation of the causeless mercy of the Lord upon his devotee. His first interest is that the devotee not fall. He is exactly like a well wishing father who does not give much wealth into the hand of his immature son, but who, when the son is grown up and knows how to spend money, gives him the whole treasury house. The learned Brahmana thus concluded that whatever opulences he had received from the Lord should be used not for his extravagant sense gratification, but for the service of the Lord. The Brahmana accepted his newly acquired opulence, but he did so in a spirit of renunciation, remaining unattached to sense gratification, and thus he lived very peacefully with his wife, enjoying all the facilities of opulence as the prasadam of the Lord. He enjoyed varieties of food by offering it to the Lord and then taking it as prasadam. Similarly, if by the grace of the Lord we get such opulences as material wealth, fame, power, education, and beauty, it is our duty to consider that they are all gifts of the Lord and must be used for His service, not for our sense enjoyment. The learned Brahmana remained in that position, and thus
Learned.
his love. The learned Brahmana remained in that position, and thus his love and affection for Lord Krishna increased day after day. It did not deteriorate due to great opulence. Material opulence can be the cause of degradation and also the cause of elevation, according to the purposes for which it is used. If opulence is used for sense gratification, it is the cause of degradation, and if used for the service of the Lord, it is the cause of elevation. It is evident from Lord Krishna's dealings with Sudama Vipra that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very, very pleased with a person who possesses Brahmanical qualities. A qualified Brahmana like Sudama Vipra is naturally a devotee of Lord Krishna. Therefore, it is said, Brahmano Vaishnava, a Brahmana is a Vaishnava, or sometimes it is said, Brahmana Pandita. Pandita means a highly learned person. A Brahmana cannot be foolish or uneducated. Therefore, there are two divisions of Brahmanas, namely Vaishnavas and Panditas. Those who are simply learned are Panditas, but not yet devotees of the Lord or Vaishnavas. Lord Krishna is not specially pleased with them. Simply the qualification of being a learned Brahmana is not sufficient to attract the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not only must a Brahmana be well qualified according to the requirements stated in scriptures such as Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and Srimad Bhagavatam, but at the same time he must be a devotee of Lord Krishna. The vivid example of Sudama Vipra. He was a qualified Brahmana, unattached to all sorts of material sense enjoyment, and at the same time, he was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, the enjoyer of all sacrifices and penances, is very fond of a Brahmana like Sudama Vipra, and we have seen by the actual behavior of Lord Krishna how much he adores such as Brahmana. Therefore, the ideal stage of human perfection is to become a Brahmana Vaishnava like Sudama Vipra. Sudama Vipra realized that although Lord Krishna is unconquerable, he nevertheless agreed to be conquered by his devotees. He realized how kind Lord Krishna was to him, and he was always in trance, constantly thinking about Krishna. By such constant association with Lord Krishna, whatever darkness of material contamination remained within his heart was completely cleared away, and very shortly he was transferred to the spiritual kingdom, which is the goal of all saintly persons in the perfectional stage of life. Sukadev Goswami has stated that all persons who hear the history of Sudama Vipra and Lord Krishna will know how affectionate Lord Krishna is to Brahmana devotees like Sudama. Therefore, anyone who hears this history gradually becomes as qualified as Sudama Vipra, and he is thus transferred to the spiritual kingdom of Lord Krishna. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of 81st chapter of Krishna, the Brahmana Sudama blessed by Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So we ended 81st chapter. Very important point. And yeah, uh, just some mistakes. It is conquer. Yeah, unconquerable, conquer. Okay. So the same money which is lying with you can be a reason for degradation as well as elevation. Yeah, same opulence. No, nowhere in this world, to the best of my understanding, no scripture other than those relating with Krishna explains this fact that how can the same opulence, same money, same mind, same power, same strength, same any opulence, same knowledge, which is used for our own good, actually leads to our fall. People do not understand. Nowhere it is explained. No one understands this fact. People always hanker for this. People always want this. I want power, more power, more power. They thereafter go on having endless power, and they keep on struggling, but they do not understand. They want money. Similarly, they want sense pleasure. Actually, once they get on this road, this path of getting endlessly satisfied by having more and more and more and more of some opulence of Krishna, they are actually placing themselves into the hand of Maya for falling down. They want a guaranteed failure. Unless they are surrendered onto Krishna, they want a guaranteed failure for themselves. Suppose someone comes to you and say, how are you today? Do you have any plans? What do you want to do tomorrow? And thereafter, suddenly he says, can you please slap me 5 times? It's, huh? What are you saying? You were normal up till now. You are saying, slap me 5 times? Yes. That's how we surrender onto Maya. Yeah, Maya would come and ask us. Ask a lot of things, and we would keep on answering. And suddenly, Maya would give us a way where we disconnect with Krishna and attach with material world. And we would say, okay, let me find pleasure out here. Suddenly, our life is wasted. We slapped ourselves. We do not know what wrong are we doing. We get in this endless, suppose I want to sleep, right? We get into this endless desire to sleep. I want to eat. We get in this endless desire to eat. Look, even if you desire or not desire, basic amenities would be fulfilled. And even if not fulfilled, just for example, let's say if I have to die out of hunger, I'm just saying, if I have to die out of hunger, let's say 5th day, suppose there is a war out here, right? Where I am living, there is a war. I cannot go out. I have to die out of hunger. 5th day, 6th day, 7th day. I just have to do one simple thing. What is my prescribed duty as of now? To find food, to find some ways to get food, to find escape from this path. Right? Keep on doing your work. Even if you die out of hunger, where is the problem? Just thinking about it all day and night. Suppose there are people stuck in war, right? It's happening out there in Ukraine, right? People are stuck in war. Now, if they keep on hankering, would they be successful? No, they just have to do their prescribed duty. Whatever they can do, they must do. And that's it. The simple fact is, when you are doing your prescribed duty beautifully and you are surrendering on to Krishna, there is no loss. There's no loss. Life becomes very simple. When you keep Krishna into the center of things, life becomes very simple. Yeah. Okay. So that's all for chapter 81. And now we will be moving on to chapter 82. Please keep yourself dedicated onto Krishna. Krishna would give you opulence. Krishna would give you opulence, use those opulence to serve Krishna and not to serve your own senses or Maya. Yeah. Use your opulence for Krishna. Now starting with chapter 82. Chapter 82. Lord Krishna and Balarama meet the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Once upon a time, when Lord Krishna and Balarama were living peacefully in the great city of Dwarka, there was a rare occasion of the full solar eclipse, such as takes place at the end of every kalpa or day of Brahma. At the end of every kalpa, the sun is covered by a great cloud and incessant rain covers the lower planetary system up to Swargaloka. By astronomical calculation, people were informed about this great eclipse prior to their taking place, and therefore everyone, both men and women, decided to assemble at the holy place of Kurukshetra, known as Samanta Panchaka. The Samanta Panchaka pilgrimage site is celebrated because Lord Parshurama performed great sacrifices there after killing all the Kshatriyas in the world 21 times. When Lord Parshurama killed all the Kshatriyas, their accumulated blood flowed like a stream. Lord Parshurama dug 5 big lakes at Samantaka, Panchaka, and filled them with this blood. Lord Parshurama is a Vishnu Tattva. As stated in Isha Upanishad, Vishnu Tattva cannot be contaminated by any sinful activities. Yet, although Lord Parshurama is fully powerful and uncontaminated, in order to exhibit ideal character, he performed great sacrifices at Samantaka, Panchaka to atone for his so-called sinful killing of the Kshatriyas. By his example, Lord Parshurama established that the killing art, although sometimes necessary, is not good. Lord Parshurama considered himself culpable for the sinful killing of the Kshatriyas. Therefore, how much more culpable are we for such abominable, unsanctioned acts? Thus, from time immemorial, the killing of living entities is prohibited all over the world. Taking advantage of the occasion of the solar eclipse, all important persons from all parts of Bharatavarsha visited the holy place of pilgrimage. Some of the important personalities are mentioned as follows. Among the elderly persons were Akrura, Vasudev, Ugrasena, and among younger generation were Gada, Pradyumna, Samba, and many other members of the Yadu dynasty who had come there with a view to atone for the sinful activities accrued in the course of discharging their respective duties. Very important thing. Very important. Look, Lord Parshuram appearance day just passed a few days ago. And here is a very important point. We have to atone for the sinful activities. But very important, if we have our prescribed duty, and it is our prescribed duty, without a second thought, without doubt, it is our prescribed duty, then we must act. We must act. Please try and understand. Krishna says work and devotion. Yeah. So we must do our prescribed duty and we must do devotional service as well. Krishna says we must be compassionate, so we should be compassionate. But at the same time, we should not miss out on doing our prescribed duty. Whatever prescribed duty we have, we must do it, irrespective of whatever people might say. People have reasons to say something or the other. They are biased. Yeah. Everyone in this world is biased. For something or the other reason, they are biased. So people would always be biased. What do you want? Krishna or be enlivened in the eyes or heart of material world people? So we should not care for what people might say. Let them say whatever they want to say. Let people say whatever they want to say. We must do our prescribed duty. Krishna came to annihilate Kshatriyas. Now Kshatriyas were becoming puffed up. So Krishna came in the Parshurama avatar and annihilated the Kshatriyas. Yeah. Thereafter, Krishna is performing atonement, although Krishna does not need any atonement. In fact, Krishna does not need to kill any any Kshatriya by in person. If Krishna wishes, every Kshatriya would be dead within a fraction of a second. Yeah. But Krishna wanted to go and personally kill Kshatriyas. So he killed Kshatriyas, and there is nothing sinful in whatever he did. It is thought as sinful, but no act of Krishna is sinful. Krishna is free to do whatever he wants to. He wants to kill you, he can kill you. He wants to make you king. Krishna can make Parikshit Maharaj as king at the age of 5. Right? Krishna wants to forgive you. Krishna can forgive Ajamil even after doing so much sins. Or maybe this one. Hiranyakashipu. Did I say Parikshit Maharaj at the age of 5? No, I meant Prahlad Maharaj. Krishna can make Prahlad Maharaj as king at the age of 5. I said Parikshit Maharaj. No, Parikshit Maharaj is not correct. Krishna wants to save you. Krishna can save Parikshit Maharaj. Even with Narayanasra, Krishna can save. So Krishna is free to do whatever he wants to. And that is how we should be doing bhakti. Unless we have full surrenderance onto whatever Krishna may do with us, there's no bhakti. There's a show of bhakti. whatever type of bhakti we are doing, if we are not surrendered to Krishna completely, there's a show of bhakti. We might appear like devotees, but we are not devotees. We should be completely surrendered onto Krishna. We should be completely surrendered onto Guru. Whatever they might do, I'm happy with that. Yeah, that should be a heart of a devotee. Let me complete this paragraph and thereafter we will. Because almost all the members of the Yadu dynasty went to Kurukshetra. Some important personalities like Aniruddha, the son of Pradyumna, and Kritvarma, the commander-in-chief of the Yadu dynasty, along with Suchandra, Sukha, Sarana, remained in the Dwarka to protect the city. Okay. Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining. We would join Krishna book next week with this, all the members. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining in. If you have any question you may ask. There are two very, very important learning from today's class, and we will try to again talk about this at night. Yeah. Any questions? No. Let's do Vaishnav Pranam Mantra. Hare Krishna. Not sharing screen. It's okay. Who would do it? Hansa Mataji, please stand.
स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहे हैं क्या?
Screen share करनी है?
या
Okay. Let me share. Everyone. Okay, done.
वंचकल्पितरुभ्यश्च
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च
kripa sindhubhya eva cha
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
patitanam pavanebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anant Koti Vaishnavind ki
जय
jai. Divine Grace Prabhupada ki
जय
Bhagavad Gita ki
जय
Srimad Bhagavatam ki
जय
सभी भक्तों की
जय
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे
हरे
कृष्णा
कृष्ण प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा. Do we have any question? I believe we do not have any questions. No. Thank you everyone for joining. Many thanks for everyone to join. Hare Krishna. Hare
हरे
Krishna.
कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.